you can all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Hi, my name is Nadia.
Hey, Nadia.
I imagine you can tell immediately that I'm not from around here. I came to you all the way from Belturbet in Cavan. But before that, I did live in a much darker, wilder place. You might have heard of it. It's called Dundalk. I moved there from South Africa in 2005, and the day that I arrived in this country, I immediately felt completely at home. Because finally, for the first time in my life, I had an excuse for being weird. Because if I'm just my normal, natural self, people are like, what the fuck? But then, I open my mouth, and I say, hello, how are you? And they're like, oh, she's foreign. 2 of my 3 kids, you're going to love this. 2 of my 3 kids are on the autism spectrum. They were diagnosed when they were small. The 3rd was gifted a hoodie by her friends just this past Christmas that says, undiagnosed, but everyone is pretty sure. They're all adults now, and they are awesome young people. But when they were small, one day, a dude from the local GAA club came to knock at my door. He said, why don't you let your lads play Gaelic football? And I said, sir, I know what a coaxial, contra-rotating, dual rotator helicopter is. And I learned that from my oldest lad when he was 6. He's a fan, all right, but he's not a football fan. He's just a fan of fans. Anything that spins, really. Now my younger lad, he actually owns a football. Oh, there it is, in the nest that he built for it. He's actually just off to fetch it a bowl of water. Believe me, sir, believe me, you do not want my lads on your team. My own diagnosis came in 2023. And I hit so many of the metrics in their test that the official verdict from the clinical psychologist was, this woman is autistic as fuck. I may be paraphrasing it. I don't think you'd notice, just watching me do everyday things, that I am autistic. I mean, I cook dinner like everybody else. I put herbs on my food like everybody else. I put the little bottles of herbs back on the shelf in reverse alphabetical order, spaced exactly 3 centimeters apart, like everybody else. One of the characteristics of autism is called asymmetrical development. Now, what it looks like in me is, I am a grown-ass woman with a PhD and a job, and I ride a kick scooter. I have issues with sensory. I have sensory issues, so I can't tolerate just any old fabric against my skin, and I used to dress really weird. I have since learned how to disguise myself as a normal person. But there was a phase in my life that I would get up every morning. I challenged myself to wear whatever I felt like wearing that day. And this led to a very memorable occasion where I rode my kick scooter across Dundalk Town Square wearing a grey party dress, purple knee-high socks, and hiking boots. My kids actually lost friends over this because nobody could beat them in competitions of who has the most embarrassing parents. And kids are just jealous, you know. When they were in their teens, they went through some legitimately serious shit. And through all of that, I was, or at least tried to be, their rock, their anchor, their guide, their advocate. And through all of that, this was my handbag. Now, when I got the job that I have now, I thought to myself, I can't really show up at client meetings with a goat on my back. So I got myself a new bag that is more mature, more serious. This one. First client meeting I went to, somebody grabbed my bag with my wallet, my car keys, my phone, everything in it, and just wandered off into the distance with it. In fairness, I should mention I work with schools, and it was a teacher, and she thought it was one of the students. Now, I still don't really understand it, because this was a secondary school, and I can't think of a single teenager who would be caught dead. I was also told that not everyone approaches dating like a research project. I mean, I had to. I had lads hitting on me who were not born yet the day that I got married to my ex. So I had to understand, how does this work? What should I expect? What is ghosting anyway? And how can I make sure that I give really, really good blowjobs? Now, I should mention that my market has since, in a very bizarre story that sorry, I'm pointing at Kieran there because he's heard the story of how this happened, but my market narrowed from every single available man on Ireland to one dude. But I want to make very sure he's the happiest fucker in Ireland, so I am still learning, still educating myself. I avoided watching porn to educate myself because pornography creates unrealistic expectations. But a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I suppose I'd better go find out what those unrealistic expectations are. So I ventured into the wilderness, and I have never laughed so hard in my life. This woman supposedly arrives in Australia, and she's being questioned by Australian border police. And I am telling you now, if every woman going to Australia received a welcome like that, there would be nobody on duty to search anybody's luggage. Because they would all be busy searching something very different indeed. And it just struck me as well as really ineffective. I mean, there was an awful lot of manpower just standing around waiting for their turn. But, I suppose that's bureaucracy for you. Never send two men to do a job that can be done by 5.